sitting at 7 degrees at Pearson, or should say 4 degrees over at Pearson. Our overnight low tonight is -2. This is City News.
We begin in Quebec, where police have now charged a man with first-degree murder after he crashed a city bus into a daycare in Laval.
2 children have died, 6 others injured. The motive tonight remains unclear.
City's Caitlin Lee joins us with the latest. Witnesses said it appeared to be deliberate. A city bus driver killing 2 children and injuring 6 when he crashed into a daycare in a suburb north of Montreal. City's Alicia Rupertucci is in Laval.
A 51-year-old man, Pierre Saint-Amand, was arrested and charged with murder and dangerous driving. Police are still trying to uncover what exactly the motive was, but many who were here say that he seemed to have been in distress.
A group of parents reportedly subdued the suspect following the crash. A witness telling reporters the driver was yelling and taking off his clothing.
And he was nude. He didn't have any pants. So I still can see his eyes, how hysteric he was, that man.
Doctors at St. Justine Hospital in Montreal say they're treating 4 preschool-aged children. They are expected to survive. Another 2 children also at a hospital in Laval. Officials say their lives are not in danger. Caitlin Lee, City News. City News Time 6:35. We have breaking news from Scarborough, where a shooting has put 1 man in hospital. Police say it happened at Pharmacy and Dolphin Drive north of Danforth Avenue around 5 this afternoon. They say he was shot in the legs. His condition isn't known. No arrests have been made. There's a heavy police presence in the area.
City News weather alert. Climate Canada with a freezing rain warning tonight for Milton, Halton Hills, and Cottage Country, including Barrie. Those areas could see a brief period of freezing rain tomorrow morning. A special weather statement remains in effect for Toronto and the GTHA. Our meteorologist, Jason Fraser, has what to expect.
By the time the system moves through the GTA, it could dump anywhere between 15 to 25 millimeters of rain. We will likely see some ponding on the roads as well as some hydroplaning. The rain is really going to be rocking and rolling starting tomorrow morning, so I do expect the morning drive to be impacted, and then we'll likely end up seeing the rain continue at least through the early part of tomorrow afternoon.
Gusty winds are also expected by tomorrow afternoon. The rain should move off by tomorrow night.
A recommendation by Toronto's Board of Health to declare a public health crisis over the lack of shelter space and to direct city staff to keep warming centers open 24/7 until mid-April has been scrapped. City's Phil Martino joins us with more on what council has opted for instead. Phil.
Instead, City Council has voted to call on the federal government for more support and for the provincial government to require big municipalities to provide shelter space proportionate to their population. Councillor Michael Thompson was among the 15 councillors voted to ask the province and Fed for help.
We do think it's important for the federal and provincial government to do more.
Councillor Gord Burke says he doesn't object to other governments doing more, but
we are the last line of defense. And in a moment like this, when everyone we represent is asking us to do everything possible, that's what we do.
Council has also moved to ask city staff to consider in a future report the feasibility of providing 24/7 respite spaces. 2,700 people in the shelter system right now are refugees. Phil Martino, City News.
City News Time 6:37. The number of people confirmed dead in the Turkey-Syria earthquake has surpassed 11,000. The Canadian government is offering more money, but its plan to provide hands-on relief is unclear. Here's City's Asher Ross.
As rescuers continue to search through the remains of collapsed buildings, there have been some inspiring stories emerging. A newborn baby found alive in northern Syria, and in Turkey, a 5-year-old girl is pulled from the rubble. Even as aid pours in from other countries, some in rural communities of Turkey say they've received none. They're blaming the government for a slow response. In Syria, relief groups say there's a lack of heavy machinery and medical equipment available due to U.S. and EU sanctions placed on the country. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says his government will match donations made to the Canadian Red Cross earthquake appeal, but the plan for hands-on relief is not yet clear.
We are there to help. We're just looking at how to best do it.
The Liberals have already promised $10 million in initial aid. Asher Roth, City News.
City News Time, 6:38. The federal government's push to land a $196 billion health care deal with the provinces and territories apparently won't face opposition from the federal conservatives.
Healthcare is broken, and the federal government is broke.
Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is placing blame for the state of healthcare in Canada on the Prime Minister. But when it comes to the offer the Trudeau government has handed to premiers, he won't be standing in the way.
Obviously, future Conservative government led by myself will keep in place these additional sums.
Premiers have given the offer a mixed review. They're disappointed only a quarter of the total cash is new money, but some say they can work with this to improve the system. The health minister is reaching out to provinces to begin negotiations on side deals, and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is hoping for speedy results.
Conversations are beginning in the coming days to be able to deliver this money as quickly as possible.
Premiers are still considering whether or not to accept the deal, and the feds won't say if there's any wiggle room on the funding. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
A check of gas prices next.
Many people suffer from anxiety and depression. They feel an immense sense of despair. I'm Danish Kotak, and at Kotak Law, we help clients who've been denied long-term disability. Often insurance companies deny disability claims on the basis that there's insufficient medical evidence. We fight for your right to receive the compensation you deserve. If you've been denied long-term disability, don't give up. Visit KotakLaw.com today. Your long-term disability for Kotak Law.
Now, the City News gas price update. Pro predicting the price will rise 3 cents at midnight to just under $1.47 a liter. Traffic and weather together next.
I couldn't sleep. At first, I thought it was my partner snoring, but then I talked to the pillow professors, and now I can't get out of bed.
We interrupt this commercial message to bring you another more important commercial message.
The RRSP contribution deadline is March 1st. Your local Edward Jones advisor is ready with active advice and guidance to make the most of your RRSP contribution and help you feel better about your money. Visit edwardjones.ca/feelgood.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled program.
Make sure that your business documents are for your recipient's eyes and no one else's. Trust Record Express for industry-leading standards in secure storage, scanning, and shredding with fast same-day service, flexible contract terms, and all the support you need to safeguard your confidential information. Visit recordexpress.ca today for document storage and shredding special offers. That's Record, XPRESS.ca. Record Express. Store, scan, shred Canadian.
City News Time, 6:41. Traffic and weather together on the ones. Now here's Jasmine Greenwald. Thanks, Janet. This report brought to you by Global Television. Starting off of the eastbound 401, expect slowdowns right at Dixie and the Collectors. And we have an issue just east of Allen and the Collectors. It's between the two center lanes. It's a stalled truck. Heavy tow is now on the scene, causing heavy delays from east of the 427 and just past that problem all the way up until Leslie, alternately in the Express and Collectors. Also a backup east of Victoria Park to east of Kennedy and the Collectors, and an Ajax from Westney to east of Salem. A new problem west on the 407 just west of York-Durham line. It's the right lane that is blocked off due to a stalled GO bus, so just watch out for that. And westbound on the QEW at Mississauga Road, another stalled vehicle. This is taking up the center lane, causing a backup from the 427. We're also looking at delays as you approach Appleby. And now for some just general volume. Westbound on the 401, we're looking at slowdowns from west of Brock Street to Salem. Also busy from the 404, alternately in the Express and Collectors to Dixon. That issue we had southbound on the 400 round to Highway 89 has cleared up. It's also busy northbound on the 410 from Steeles to north of Queen. Over on our city streets, we are dealing with a new issue on Birchmount and north of Shepherd. It looks like it's down to a single lane. This is due to a crash, so drivers are being forced to use the lane going both north and south. You never know who is watching you or what they're capable of. It's a big, bad world. CSI Vegas, all new Thursdays at 10 on Global. Your next report's at 6:51. With the forecast now, it's Jason Fraser.
Well, one of the things we're going to be watching is what's going to be happening with the sky tomorrow. In the meantime, we are going to see mainly clear skies for a good chunk of the evening. Overnight, we'll see increasing clouds and a low temperature right around -2 degrees. Tomorrow, we could end up seeing some freezing rain popping up further Holton and Peel region. The rest of the GTA will likely end up just seeing some periods of some heavy rain that will impact visibility. And then we're also going to see the winds picking up as well, gusting up to 90 kilometers per hour at times. So visibility going to definitely be an issue. We're going to end up seeing that low-pressure system that's causing all of this moving out of our area sometime tomorrow evening. We'll top out right around 6 degrees. Right now at Pearson, we're sitting at 4. Our overnight low tonight is -2.
City Use Time 6:43. The Canadian Federation of Independent Business is calling on credit card companies and the federal government for lower fees. More of us are turning to credit cards, and that is adding to pressures already seen by Canada's small businesses as they recover from the pandemic. A survey from the CFIB shows nearly 3/4 of small businesses say they want to see credit card processing fees drop to no more than 1% of the total dollar sale. The survey also shows that 81% of small businesses take a hit to their bottom line to cover the cost of accepting credit cards, but they do it anyway to attract and retain customers and grow their business. The CFIB is putting the idea out there ahead of the spring budget in the hopes the federal government will keep its promise and help negotiate a better deal. At the Business Center, I'm Chris McCusker.
No-brainer is a decision that requires no thought. For example, finishing your basement and getting someone else to pay for it. What is there to think about? AGM finishes your basement from $800 a month, 0 down, 0 interest, and you rent it for $3,000 a month. That's a couple grand extra income a month. There's your mortgage payment. I said, there's your mortgage payment. Do it.
PC Optimum Points Days continues at Real Canadian Superstore. Earn 25,000 points for every $100 spent on home, electronics, and more. Just open your PC Optimum app to load up this bonus week offer. On now until February 8th. Only at Real Canadian Superstore. See flyer for details.
Until February 12th, add a little something special to your day when you pick up a Tim's espresso beverage for only $2. That's any size hot or iced latte, cappuccino, or Americano. Handcrafted just the way you like it. At participating Tim Hortons restaurants.
Watch, listen, connect. This is City News 680 everywhere.
A few clouds right now in downtown Toronto, 5 degrees. Good evening, I'm Fljana Timinzik.
And I'm James Monroe. Here's what's making news right now.
We're standing by for an update from Toronto Police after a man was shot on Pharmacy Avenue north of Danforth. His condition is unknown. No arrests have been made. 2 children are dead. 6 others injured after a city